Hey, Jason Spangler, the Santee Swapper. I am moving my reselling business from this building that I have been in for 5.5 years, and tomorrow I'm actually closing on a building that I'll be moving into. I won't be the owner of the building. Well, I guess really the bank will own the building, but I will, have a mortgage. This has been a long journey, and I just wanted to record a series of videos kind of sharing this journey for anybody else who's kind of starting out. I have been on this journey for a long time, and really since moving to Charlotte about 10 years ago, it's been really a growth in my business, and then also just feeling that I needed to keep growing and keep expanding. And so now we're kind of at the point that it was time. Hopefully in this video series, I'm going to be able to share lots of parts of the journey from where I started my reselling business, which is, like most of you, in a spare bedroom of our house. And then we started having children, and I ran out of the nursery room and moved into another bedroom, and then into a shed, and then into a garage, and then into, what was next? A basement. And then finally, after coming to Charlotte, I did rent my first building, leased a building, and then moved over here about 5.5 years ago, and have been here ever since. And now finally am buying my own building. So I want to tell the whole story, kind of give you the background, but that's why it's a little series, so I can share not only my story, but then also to take you guys along on the trip as we are moving, and this whole thing that some of you might want to do at some point in your career of buying a commercial building. It's obviously something I've never done. I grew up, as a school teacher for many years before I got into this reselling thing kind of full time at a stage in our life, in our married life, where it made sense for the family, and just kind of never looked back. That was 2010, and so now we're about 16 years later, making this big step. So it's pretty exciting for me. It's going to be a major upgrade, and tomorrow I will get the keys after I sign a bunch of forms. Like, it'll be like never signed so many forms in my life probably, but hopefully when I get back over here tomorrow around lunchtime, I will have the keys to the new building and be ready to move in. So again, just got the idea of sort of a 30-day challenge. I've seen that in a lot of places online. Pat Flynn, especially, a guy I've been following since about the time I went full-time back in 2010. I think he maybe started around 2011, 2012. Just followed him, and he's kind of on this thing about having a 30-day challenge of, can you post for 30 days? So I thought, I literally have this gigantic thing happening in my life that bleeds over into sort of the reseller content. If you go on my channel, you're going to notice that everything on my channel is not meant for you guys. It's not meant for the people in the reselling community who would watch this. If you've ever been to a Boss Reseller Remix or a FlipCon, any of those things that I've gone to, you probably would not appreciate my channel, because it's all about the small niche, the collectibles niche that I am in, and that is scouting memorabilia. It's very small, I know. Some of you, if you've ever been in some of these groups, like currently I'm in consignment chats, that's kind of my tribe, if you will. I've also kind of been in all of them. Like I was in List Perfectly for a month, I was in Text group for a little while, I was in Chris Lynn's group. I've just kind of, dabbled in all those groups, and so I don't know if anyone knows, heard of me as being kind of the Boy Scout guy, but I guess that's a little crown that I'll wear proudly. That is my niche, that's my lane. And believe it or not, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to film this video, is that, to me, buying a commercial building, pretty big commercial building, for your business is a really big step, and it's sort of for me the culmination of a really long journey of doing this. And I don't film any of these things, or my intention, starting this 30-day challenge is not to film anything that's going to be sort of like a brag on myself type thing. It's more of sharing the journey, but then also, here's kind of my thesis. If you can have a very successful eBay business, successful enough where you could buy your own commercial building and the bank would be like, yeah, this guy's got a pretty good business, let's give him a loan. Selling Boy Scout patches, like, you could probably build a business around any collectible. I'm just going to stay in my lane and say collectibles. So I, probably in this reselling business, I'm the only person that I've seen, do videos about something this tiny. I've seen some of you do videos about, collecting toys and selling toys. And I'm not as much of a collector. I am very much a collector, but people who would do reselling might dabble in comic books and action figures and things like that, or coins or vinyl albums, or all the sort of things that, if you don't mind me saying, that men collect. And I'm sure all those people, have no ideas how their businesses are doing. That's not the point of me trying to judge them, but I'm just sort of saying that if you build this thing and build this thing and build this thing, you always hear this joke, right? It's sort of a knock. It says there's the riches are in niches, right? And what does that mean when you're an everything seller? Like, it sounds like, a bunch of horse crap, but I just want to kind of say that actually there is a little bit of wisdom there, because if you can drill down and kind of become, one of the guys or the gals who people look to in that hobby, and they are willing to subscribe to your newsletter, they'll watch your YouTube content, they'll follow you on socials, and you can kind of make a little name for yourself. You can get a following big enough to have a successful, reselling business, and that's kind of what I have done. Maybe I'll share some of those things along the line, and this would be my chance too to invite you, if you have any questions about this, or things like that, please put them in the comments, and I'd be happy to try to address these as I go through this 30-day deal. I'm going to try to kind of film one video a day, and hopefully it won't just be a talking head video. Hopefully I'll have some more of the background and the B-roll and all the things you're supposed to do. But literally, we just spent the entire day filling up this truck. It is not full. We got about 2 more days to keep doing that. And then the moving guys are going to come a week or 2 from now, and we'll load up a second truck. We got a lot to do. But I just sort of told myself, I have to film this video today. It's like I have to rip the Band-Aid off. I didn't have the ability to make it pretty and sexy and have all the different, flashy stuff that you're supposed to have in a YouTube video that's supposed to, be one that anybody would want to watch. So I just had to kind of like press record and film it so I could start. I just had to literally just get off the finish line, or the starting line, I'm sorry, and do this. So that's what I'm doing with this video. And tomorrow, closing day, hopefully I'll be able to show you guys more, show you a little bit of that, and then coming back over here, getting to the new building. I mean, I'm pretty excited about tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for watching. Jason Spangler, the Santee Swapper. Watch for the next video in this series. I'll have them all numbered. This is a little day 1. And so as long as I can keep it going, there will be a day 2, a day 3, a day 4. Assuming that everything goes well tomorrow at closing. But I'm sure that I've talked to the banker, I've talked to the lawyer. I think everything's going to be good. So, all right, cool beans. Thanks, guys.